I believe we're live. I believe we're live. I am under the impression, from what I'm gathering here, that we are live. And I wanna zoom through this today, not through the stream, through the setup of the stream, because Jesse Jr. has a game, and I gotta hit the road sooner than later. So let me just get in place what I need to get in place here. ATFers, I appreciate you being here as always. I'm very excited to get this show on the road. So let's do this. You know what? I'm not gonna put anything right there. I'm going to make the algorithm work. I'm not going to put anything right there. I'm not going to give you any kind of information to work with. I ain't going to do it. What's that from? Sometimes I'll just quote that randomly. I ain't going to do it. And I don't know what it's from. I don't know if I heard it like on a comedy special, if I saw it on a show, if I heard it on I don't know what it's from. But every once in a while it just pops into my beanie. I ain't going to do it. And I'm going to make this public as soon as I possibly can, which is right now. Here we go. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's change this to light theme. The dark theme drives me crazy, makes me depressed. Triggers my depression. All right, here we go. Pop out chat. Let's get it up to 150. Let's move the numbers down here so it's not in the way. Oh my gosh, why does it do that? There we go. I need to figure out how to disable that feature. Melancholy, what is up, man? Melancholy, bringing me out of my state of melancholiness on this Wednesday afternoon. David Flores, I hope that you are having a fantastic day. David Flores, I hope you are approaching the day with some clarity, with some rejuvenation, with some enthusiasm. Slipknot, what's up, man? All I've got is insane. Boom, 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 boom. James Bishop in his house. Dustin Nance, what's up, ese? Órale, vato loco. Come on, they played me. I clicked it 3-4 times. Wait, they played you? I click. Oh, dang. That's messed up. Hey, they're starting to do the same thing to you that they do to me. Come on. YouTube's acting up. That's dirty, man. They're doing it to the viewers now, too. Gacho, Nacho. I'm watching an ad. Don't be too funny without me. Never. Are you here? Okay, she's here. No, let's be funny now. I don't know how to be funny on the spot. El Tronado, what's up, man? All my love and appreciation and intrigue. And all my curiosity to Saginaw, Miami. The state where no jackets are to be found. It's hot. I hope you're sweating it out over there, burning some calories, taking advantage of that heat, staying out the club. Been home sick from work in the midday dojo life. Dang it. I heard that some people, it's weird. It almost feels like a psyop sometimes when people get sick. It's like, how is this possible? You hear like, yeah, it's been going around. Everybody's been getting sick. Like people at school, people at work. And then it's like somebody across the world says they're feeling sick. And it's like, wait a minute. It's almost like someone pulling the strings just went, boom, we're going to make certain people sick right now. It doesn't even make sense. You're too far for us to have even been able to sneeze on each other, but you're over there sick. Vato with a taco? What the heck? You like tacos? I don't really like tacos, man. I think they're too dry. I'd rather bite into a cheeseburger, bro. Some nice, soft, toasty bread with some butter melted all over it. Some sesame seeds. I'd rather have some bread over tortilla any day, bro. Like, is somebody really picking a flat, dry tortilla over bread? Like, when you break it down, just like item for item, bam for bam, would you rather sit there and eat a dry tortilla or a piece of fluffy bread? I don't understand it, man. Soaking up that melancholy from the dojo. Heck yeah. It's kind of like those types of fishies, they just stick to the glass and they suck up all the dirty stuff. They make it a better environment for all the other. I actually did have a dream last night. I had a weird dream that, why? I had a weird dream that there was like multiple like reptiles in my house, and I was trying to like I wasn't even trying to save them. You got to remember that lizard that I saved in my garage a while back. That's because I like, he earned my respect. He stayed on that trap for the longest, and I was like, you know what, this little dude's been a POW for a while, and it's like I ain't gonna make him go out like that. Dude was on the thing for like almost 3 months, and I just thought it was fascinating, and I just thought, you know what, you earned this, bro. You earned your freedom. But typically, if I come across a reptile, it's like it's lights out, it's on site, and I was like killing all these reptiles that were in my house, and they were weird. It was like um one of them was like a big, like unrealistically oversized like centipede. It was like almost from like a video game or something. It was a huge old centipede. And then another one was almost like half lizard, half snake. Like, it didn't really, I don't know if it had legs. I couldn't really see them. And it was like really fat, and it was like super green, like cartoonish green. And I kept smacking at it. And for some reason, my weapon was a spoon. I kept smacking at it with the spoon, and it was getting madder at me, and it kept like spitting out something at me. It was almost like this goldish kind of liquid. It kept spitting out, and I kept smacking it with the spoon. I don't know if I was eating or what. And then every time I was smacking it, would get madder. And then when it would spit at me, I would get even more like, I'd feel it was even more justifiable. Like, now I don't feel like I didn't anyway, but now for sure I ain't gonna feel bad about smacking this thing with the spoon and trying to put it out, because it's fighting me too. Um, it was nasty, and then I woke up. Um, yeah, a lot of people are talking about Dana White and how he's not into it anymore, how he's not into the UFC. I forgot who it was. It might have been someone on the Ariel Helwani show. I can't watch that show anymore. Um, I don't want to be like the UK, like the UK and the Irish accents are hard for me to listen to for long periods of time. And he has that one dude that talks on there. He's Irish, and I can't do it, man. Like, as much as it's not like I like Ariel, but at least I could listen to his voice. And then they cut to the other dude. It's like, I can't do this, man. And you know how sometimes, even if you don't like somebody, you could still put up with them to just absorb whatever information that you're trying to gather. I could watch an hour and a half video of Ariel just talking about MMA. I really could, and discard what is useless. But when he starts adding some of those other dudes, it's like I'm not here for those dudes, man. I mean, I know they're your homies or whatever, but it's rough. But one of them was talking about how they think Dana White just simply has made too much money. And when you get to that point, it's like, how the heck can I possibly even figure out a way to even pretend that I'm excited about this anymore? He's become numb. And because of it being such a monopoly, there's just no competition at all. Now, something that I think is very interesting is now that they're with Paramount, I think that could change everything. Because now that when they were out on their own, and especially when they were with like a ESPN type, totally different. That's a sports partner. But when you get with someone like Paramount, imagine this. I mean, for example, think about like Kill Tony. Kill Tony has its roughneck, rough around the edges, crazy dark humor, all crazy fan base audience, and they know what to expect. They know what they're there for. You don't got thin skin. You're not getting offended. You're not getting sensitive. You're not getting triggered. You know why you're there. But then Netflix comes along and they make a deal with Kill Tony, and they want to put some Kill Tony episodes on Netflix. And and Kill Tony totally does a different type of performance on Netflix, especially this last one that just came out a couple days ago, the New Year's one or whatever. I love Kill Tony. I don't miss an episode. But what I could definitely say is that this most recent one that just came out on Netflix, it was like everyone. This isn't anything original. Everyone's saying this in the comments. It felt like a American Idol type of episode. The judges were overtly like too kind, too nice, too warm, too generous. It wasn't what the show is. It wasn't what people go there for. People love the insanity of the show. Sometimes I think Tony, like, he got lost in the sauce, you know? He doesn't seem to realize, because it seems like he gets frustrated and maybe embarrassed and feels like he's tanking and like the show's tanking when they get so many bombs in the bucket pools, like atrocious bombs. And he forgets that's why we're there. That's what makes it funny. If I wanted to see tight, pristine, amazing, solid stand-up, I would just go watch random specials on Netflix. People are there for the mayhem. And he should know that, because he even makes the joke of it often and asks the audience, do you like it better when someone does well or when they bomb? And they're just like, when they bomb, because it's hilarious. And he knows that. But I don't know if someone from Netflix is pressing him or what. Apparently, they cut out several bucket pools from the show. I need to do more research on this to find out exactly the details of this and how many and all that. But I've been seeing it from repeated sources. They cut out bucket pools on the Netflix airing. And one of the things, because look, I watched the Netflix one, and I don't know if I've ever seen an episode of Kill Tony with so many non-bombs. They were like all I don't know if I've ever seen an episode where they all did so well. It was like I'm trying to think of the word I want to use because I don't want to overdo it. It wasn't like life-changing or anything, but they were all Asian lady that came on that was a bucket pool. I didn't think she was funny at all. And they were acting like if she was Louis C.K. And I was like, what is happening? It was even Tony. Usually Tony will break the ice and he'll be like, well, I don't know what everyone else is talking about. She's not even that funny. I don't know. I guess they really like you or something. Oh, good. Congratulations. I thought you were terrible. But he was even like praising her. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. And there was, but she didn't absolutely atrociously bomb. Anyway, so the show on there was, the show that they produced for Netflix was super like polished, and they only showed all the hits, and in my opinion they had too many actual comics. They kept bringing up like Legends comics and regulars and golden ticket winners. That's not what makes the show great, because you had too many people doing well. You have to have mayhem. You have to have the bombs. That's what people want. That cringy, awkward, like, oh, that was terrible. That's what people like. And the whole reason I'm saying all of this, in case we already got all lost and you're like, what's the point here? The whole reason I'm bringing that up is you have a product like Kill Tony, and look at what Netflix went out on a limb and did. They're throwing fat money at Tony, and it's actually to the point where he's changing the show to appeal to a Netflix crowd. Because I keep reading the same thing over and over again, that they did what they did to appease the Netflix crowd. Because the Netflix crowd typically probably isn't, and I know they're there, I'm there, but they probably aren't the kind of people on YouTube that are looking for the crazy, gritty weirdos that are gonna bomb. They're looking for something a little bit more polished. You know, they're trying to relax after work. Maybe they're with their family, they're eating something. They don't want to see someone trying to work it out and figure it out, and this is their first set ever. They want to be entertained. And, you know, I think that it's only us weirdos that are you know, the minority that get entertained by the weirdo stuff, like people bombing. Apparently, allegedly. Anyway, oh my gosh, here's my point. You have a platform like Netflix paying Kill Tony enough money to do what they're doing on Netflix, right? You're having Netflix buy the WWE. You're having Netflix offering to buy the UFC. But UFC went with Paramount. And here's what I think could have been a critical mistake for the UFC. The fact that they went with Paramount, and now I think it could possibly affect the monopolization that they've always had. Because if the UFC would have went with Netflix, it would have been like, oh, duh, of course. Anyway, moving on. What next? Especially because WWE's there, and they're like together, UFC and WWE. Nobody would have batted Tracy Cortez's eyelash. Nobody would have cared whatsoever. But when the UFC went with Paramount, I think everyone was scratching their beanies like, what the heck, Paramount? You might as well have went with like Tubi. Like, where does this come from? And here, it took me a while, but here's my point that I've been trying to get to for 28 minutes. I think now that the UFC is with Paramount, that opened the door to another streaming platform saying, oh, this is a new era. And we know that there are other MMA promotions out there. And you got to think like, because I don't know off the dome. Let me see. So Paramount competitors, okay, the Walt Disney Company, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Netflix, NBC, Universal, Comcast, Amazon, Apple TV, you got HBO. So, I mean, all of these heavy hitters right here. Think about this. If it was Netflix, nobody would have batted an eyelash. But now that it's Paramount, now you get other streaming platforms that are going to say, okay, I see the game. I see what's happening now. Let's put down even more money than Paramount. Not just to buy the company, because we all know that a Walt Disney, Apple TV, NBC Universal, Amazon, we all know that they would not put as much money down for PFL or One or whatever's out there as Paramount put down for UFC. But they'll buy it for a good deal. And what they'll do is pump the extra money into the marketing of it, into the revitalization of it, into the transformation of it, and making it a better product than the UFC potentially. People are getting tired of Dana White and his whole shtick. So now that they're with Paramount, that's leaving the door open to all these other companies to say, there's promotions that we could pick up and be more enthusiastic about it than Dana White's being about this. And who's not frustrated with the UFC? The fans are over it. The fans are tired of it. They feel disrespected when they see Dana White go on there and act like he doesn't even like what he's doing anymore. The fighters are most likely over it. They're probably more over it than the fans. They feel disrespected. The fans aren't the ones cutting weight. The fans aren't the ones getting head kicked. The fans aren't the ones getting staph infection. The fans aren't the one having to pay their trainers and their nutritionists and starve all the time and fly to all these places and take USADA tests. And they're probably more fed up with it than we could even. It doesn't compare. So you get another streaming platform picking it up and pumping money in there and actually caring about the product, being excited about it, marketing it, doing everything that they can, treating like it's a honeymoon. Dana White doesn't know how to treat this thing like a honeymoon anymore. Dana White's acting like we're just trying to stay together for the kids, you know? And I think the move to Paramount could make that happen. I think we could see other companies picking up a promotion very soon. Even like something like RAF on its own. I'm shocked at how much attention RAF is getting lately. The press and the media that it's getting. And it's just wrestling. That completely took me by surprise. Imagine another actual MMA promotion with the backing of a streaming platform behind it. Melancholy, I can't believe Kayla's out. How am I supposed to poop during the card now? Heck yeah, come on. That's what you got to do. Just keep reinventing, refining. Heck yeah. Much love, David. Much love, David Conchas. Oh, snap. I'm behind. No one's surprised. You're a mother lover. I'm a mother lover. We should love each other's mothers. Did you guys ever see that SNL skit with Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg? I'm a mother lover. You're a mother lover. We should love each other's mothers. I miss that era, man. Them buns, huh? What's black fish? Heck yeah. No, it ain't no offense, bro. We got mad love for you as well, bro. I don't remember how they do that in Mortal Kombat. I was just smacking them with my silverware, bro. Heck yeah. What? It's weird. Like, I just have to. You know what? You know what it might be. It might be like when I started to feel all disenfranchised and like. I mean, I definitely know what it feels like to like fall out of love with because that's how I felt for so long with this channel. Just feeling like, what am I doing? I feel like Camon felt right now. Like YouTube's just disrespecting me. What's the point? Why sacrifice everything around me and, you know, put so much time and resources into this for nothing? And then I thought I want to start a new channel. And then I started thinking about sit down MMA. And I started to get super excited about that. And I was like, because, you know, I started this channel with other people. And there's something about it. It's just like when a band, when the people go solo, there's something cool about feeling like I like to know what it feels like to do something on my own and try to achieve something on my own from the ground up. And I kind of could wrap my beanie around Dana just feeling burnt out. Like, who knows? I mean, we all think of Dana as the guy, but think of anybody in power, and I say that in quotations. Think of anybody in power that you see, right? That's the public persona that you see, right? Don't you know there's always someone behind pulling the strings that we don't see, whose names we never hear? And who knows? And again, I'm spitballing here, but there's a scenario where Dana White has like the best ideas and he wants to do all these cool things with the UFC. I remember he's the dude that kept the UFC open. He's the dude that wanted to keep fights going and go to Fight Island and try to provide. There's a scenario where maybe Dana could be enthusiastic about the UFC and wants to do certain things. And who knows, there's a scenario where Dana White was fighting for Armin in the war room. Maybe that's the reason he never talks about it. Everyone's always like, Dana doesn't even talk about it. He doesn't even acknowledge it. He acts like we're crazy. We don't even see what's going on. He's probably fuming. He probably goes home and tells his wife, I wanted Armin Sarukian to fight Ilya. I'm thinking about quitting. And then Ilya's having problems with his lady. So at least we could have Patty fight Armin Sarukian. But they said no. The dudes at the top said, no, they don't want Armin. I fought and they didn't. So now I got to front. Now I got to act like I didn't want Armin so I don't look like a punk. Like there's that scenario where there's the people at the top pulling the strings at TKO or whatever, and they're not letting Dana do what he wants to do. Anyway, maybe that's not true. Maybe it is. But I'm just saying. I could see him getting excited about things like Power Slap, about boxing, because he's like, that's my baby. That's my baby. I didn't invent the UFC. The Gracies invented the UFC. They got together with, that other dude that wears that little hat. What kind of hat is it? I can't remember. He's like, I didn't make the UFC. I just came along, for the ride. And maybe he feels like these are my things. These are my brainchild. So maybe that's why he acts different about it. I don't know. Yeah, the Roseanne Barr monologue was... It was such a terrible idea when you're trying to have the panel do sets, and it's like these people have already done their time. Just let them rest on their laurels now and sit at the panel. Like it almost never goes well when they try to have someone, like even when they have Ron White come up and do stand up, it's like he's supposed to be like one of the GOATs, and I'm always just like, It's just not what we're there for. Oh yeah, Lord Racer, that you're talking about that James Franco show, right? That show actually came out I feel like it came out like 10 years ago. I watched that show a long time ago when it premiered on Amazon. I don't know how it barely ended up on Netflix, but it was super good. T. Nally. I was wondering recently if T. Nally's doing all right. It's very good to see you here. Yeah, they did. You're too kind, T. Nally. You're too kind. Yeah, there's it's frustrating when I watch it, and there's some people that I'm like, wow, this guy's funny, and then man, it makes me so mad when someone's doing their set and you could just see Tony talking to Red Band the whole time, and it's like, bro, and it always turns out somebody's funny, and it's when Tony's talking to Red Band. And then Tony's like, yeah, whatever. How long you been doing it? Yeah, well, better luck next time. And it's like, bro, if you would have listened, you would have heard how funny he was. And then some girl comes out or whoever, and people think that maybe she's cute or whatever. And then he's like, you're amazing. It's, bro. Or if someone comes out and they're like very exuberant and have a lot of stage presence, but they're not even funny, he'll get confused and think they're funny. Rosna Mahunas would not even bat an eyelash off of someone's face about that. That's good, man. Max Bluestein, what's up, man? Exactly, disco golf hutch. Exactly, and hearing a lot of people's respect, and there's been a lot of things that he's done through the years, and I think people respect him for his realness, for just being blunt, for just telling it like it is a lot of the time. And then, I mean, people could be real wishy washy. I'm not saying I love Dana White and he's amazing or anything like that. It's just people flip 180s like with the quickness, man. We were for a little bit, yeah, yeah. We were just talking about Kill Tony. The whole reason I even brought up Kill Tony was to talk about how there are streaming platforms who are willing to throw down fat money for a product, and how I think the UFC needs to watch out, because I think them going with Paramount put them on the radar for now other streaming platforms to throw down money for other MMA promotions and actually care about them and market them well and be enthusiastic about them and really cultivate something exciting. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Just being too ambitious for your own good, just needing to do the next thing, needing to just continue to be a conqueror. Dang. Well, hopefully it's smoothing over and you're feeling better. Yeah, you were missing the community. Hopefully you're feeling better now. Take it easy. Try to down some honey. GM, you think New York comics are better than Austin comics? I think Joe Rogan hyped Austin, but it's kind of like he forced it. Now it's on the downfall. I don't. Is the who is the New York comic? Like those Legends of Skanks dudes, are they New York? I don't think they're funny. Those dudes just seem like they try too hard, and they're just always like. It just seems like locker room, like teenage immature humor. Like, um, who are the New York comics? Rodney Dangerfield, Gilbert Gottfried, um, Joan Rivers. Okay, so I probably need to look for something a little bit more current. Um, so it's just showing me everybody now: George Carlin, Eddie Murphy. um, see, it's just showing me everyone. It's showing me Julia Louis Dreyfus. Um, I don't know. I like what's it I it kind of seems like it's weird. It's I think both sides are a little guilty of something. I don't like how, like, when the people in Austin, I feel like sometimes they go a little bit too hard on, like, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. Everyone else is lame. And then everyone else takes the rage bait, and instead of being the bigger person, then they start talking about how Austin comics are bullies and they're too far right, and they're homophobic and all this and that. And then I think all that just makes all the other people that aren't in Austin look soft. They just look like crybabies. It's like, you guys just shouldn't have said anything. Um, but I don't know. I never. I guess I don't pay attention to that. I don't know who's from where. I don't know. Wait, did I miss that? Did you say you're 39 today? I thought maybe like you were just saying, "Oh snap." Is it? And it is James Bishop's birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. I'm singing the birthday song that has a different melody, so YouTube doesn't claim me, even though I just realized when I said it right now that I think happy birthday. Oh wait, no, you do have to pay for it. It is copyright claimed, I believe. That's why a lot of times in movies they have to use different happy birthday melodies. And happy birthday song is over. It's amazing. We're having a lot of birthdays this month. Angel Padilla just had a birthday. I want to say thank you. He's not here though, but I wanted to say a big fat thank you to Angel Padilla. He sent me some wieners, some Wagyu wieners, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I want to say a big thank you to the Padilla family, to Angel, to Jessica. I feel very blessed. Sent some Wagyu weenies and some beef jerky, of which I love all of it. It's amazing. It's a blessing. I was telling Marilena, I'm gonna get some buns and some ketchup. I'm very excited about it. So thank you very much. I'll have to thank him again later. I should have a blind taste test with the Costco weenies and the Wagyu weenies. Just put a blindfold on me. I'll just tell Marilena, feed me some weenies. I'll just be catching them with my blindfold. Okay, weenie number 1. Weenie number 2. Are you Jewish? Ish, I guess. I'm Jewish. Are you talking about? I mean, this could get real deep. Are you talking about dispensationalism? I'm assuming that you're not. Are you talking about the church taking the place of Israel? Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know what that entails yet. It's pretty early on. It's going to be pretty wild to see this whole meta thing. It's going to be crazy. Like, for those of you that don't know, you know how like in LA it was like the Staples Center forever, and now, jeez, what a disgrace, man! It had to be. What is the Staples Center called now? Of all the things, it had to be crypto. Crypto? It couldn't have been like Adidas or Sharpie or bro, I mean even Kirkland. Call it dude wipes, bro. Anything. How about Welch's Stadium, Welch's Juice Stadium, but crypto? Anyway, for those of you that didn't know, the Apex now has one of those. You know how there's Staples Center, Crypto Arena, whatever. I don't even know. I don't watch enough sports. It's the Apex is now the Meta Apex. So it's like Zuckerberg poured some money into it. He's like partners or whatever. I don't know. Some kind of deal together. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in the future they're going full blown Meta. And they're having their audience members just sit there in the audience with some headsets on, with some VR headsets, and there ain't even fighters in the cage. And if you think that's weird, why would anybody do that? Why would anybody go out there if they're just going to put a headset on anyway? They could just do that from home. It's the same thing with the White House event. They're going to have people go to the White House that don't fit on the South Lawn, and they're going to put them across the street in a park and put on the big screens. You can watch that from home. That's wild. That's wild. Tinali, it's a mindset. A cougar's a mindset. You could be a cougar when you're 23. You just gotta want it. You just gotta want it. Coca-Cola. Are the Wagyu's grass fed? I have no idea. I have no idea. Will they taste like grass if they were? If I remember correctly, I think the it's like purebred, bro. I glanced at the packaging before I came in here. I'm almost positive the Wagyu. How do you even refer to them? The cows, are they Wagyu cows? Is there like a farm of Wagyu cows, or is Wagyu the cut, or is it like a part of the body? I don't know. But I read somewhere on there, because you know how some of them say grass fed or whatever. I think it said that they were fed. They were themselves fed Wagyu. So this is like the purest of the purest Wagyu. I got Wagyu weenies, and the cows that they came from, they were fed Wagyu. So this is like the most Wagyu, bro. Wagyu to the second power. Wagyu squared. I remember when I was a little kid and I was talking to kids that were a couple grades older than me, and they were talking about math, and they're like, bro, we're learning in math that there's certain ones that have like certain powers, and they have like second powers. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm out. I'm out. I remember I knew in that moment, like, I'm not going to do well. These numbers got special powers now? They got magical powers? I was having enough trouble with division. And now they have special powers? I'm out. Aren't cougars typically women over 40 preying on the young hot? I mean, I've made fun of people that I know before personally, that, I mean, I remember when I was in school and I would make fun of I would make fun of one of my friends that was like a senior that was trying to mac on a freshman, and she was a cougar. So, I mean, I think it's a state of mind. I think it's just like a lady that, like, you're always trying to, it's like a fifth grader trying to get with like a second grader. But typically, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. I'm doing a neuro feedback. What is that? Starting next week, then put brain cap on and map my brain? Super curious how it would change things. Neuro feedback. What the heck? Neurofeedback. I was like, what? You're gonna start eating different? EEG or EEG biofeedback trains people to self-regulate brain activity by using sensors. Bro, is this shock? You're taking shock therapy, bro? Are you serious? They're gonna do you like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, bro. Trains people to self-regulate. I'm looking at the helmet right now. It looks like it has the zzz, zzz. Using sensors to monitor brainwaves, provide real-time audio-visual feedback, helping them learn to shift healthier patterns for conditions like ADHD, anxiety, insomnia. Oh, snap, bro. We're going to need an update on that, bro. We're going to need an update on this one. Um... There is there a home test kit I could get off Amazon to see if I'm a Wagyu? Oh, dang. I don't know, man. If you find someone on Amazon trying to Wagyu, you better report it, homie. That sounds like some Craigslist activity. For $40, I will Wagyu. Okay, I gotta stop. You see what I'm talking about? This is something that I would have thought when I was writing a video, and then I would have filtered it out and said I can't say that, and then sometimes on a stream it just comes out. For $40, I will Wagyu. That's why I shouldn't stream so much. Um Jane Coffee was like, no matter how old I get, they keep staying the same age. You can turn into the Indian. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared for you. It makes me nervous, man. Oh, okay. Anyone get some brain reading? But man, brain readings, that sounds scary to me. I don't want anyone to know what's going on in there. I don't want some doctor reading my mind. I don't even want to know what I'm thinking most of the time. What? A sensation of electroshock? Oh my gosh. I wonder if they like program it in there just to mess with you. What the heck? So anyway, the title of this video serves a purpose. Don't think, feel. Now give me $40. Is that cash or check? Oh my gosh, bro. You gotta stop enabling me. It's just the thing, melancholy, and I think it has something to do. Look, I struggle with something because I personally feel like I have like 3 different things all at the same time, and I don't really want to say what they are because of what I'm about to say next. I talked about it the other day. Everybody these days thinks they have everything and they want to talk about it with everyone because it's the cool, trendy thing to have stuff wrong with you. That being said, obviously, there are things that are wrong with people. I'm not being dismissive of that, but we can't deny that it's become super trendy to talk about it. Like if you're a vegan, you know? Back in my day, well, that's weird. It's still my day, right? What's your day? What constitutes as your day? But back when I was a lot younger, you didn't talk about stuff like that. It was like a point of shame. Now it's like a golden star. Anyway, if you focus on the finger, you'll miss out on all that heavenly glory. Whatever I have, if I have anything, whatever it is. And there's a dude, and I can't say his name because I don't want to. There's a dude that I listen to. Again, I don't miss a single episode, that I think is very much like me. And he's talked about different things that he has and different things that he struggled with and different things that he doesn't do and that he's never done. And I'm like, this dude's me. And he talks about how the things that he believes he has, I don't know if he's ever had any. He's had some of them diagnosed, I think. How it leads him to interact with the world. And again, I'm always like, that is me, bro. But one of the things about me is it makes me be a super, super, super heavy duty control freak. And I don't think this is why. I really, really don't. Because I felt like I had plenty of other good reasons. But sometimes I feel like it could be a contributing factor to the reason I have never done any kind of drug in my life or smoked anything or drank any type of alcohol ever. Because I'm a super control freak. And I want to be, and it's like, bro, I could never do that. I need to know what's happening. I need to know why it's happening. I need to be like super hyper focused and aware at all times. And like if it's a project I'm working on, if it's something I'm doing creatively, it's like I don't want an opinion. I don't want, even if it bombs, if it tanks, at least it was all me. It was authentic. I believed in it. But it's like however my brain works, even if it's hard to live with sometimes, it's like I don't want anyone to alter it. I don't want anyone to touch it. I don't really want them to know too much. Like I can't let them get close. Like I'm super. I'm just like I can't let the doctor get close. I don't want him to know or to be able to tell me what's going on. I remember someone kind of recommended something like that to me a long time ago. And I was like, oh, you want me to be a different person? Okay. My name is Matthew now. How about that? I'll dye my hair. My name is Matthew. I'll just be a different person. Like it's like whatever ailments I have, however weird it makes me, however anxious it makes me, it's like that's me. That's me. It scares me, man. Oh, snap. GM, they're called brain zaps. They actually, oh, you're talking, oh, I thought you were talking about the thing I thought you were talking about the neurofeedback. Oh my gosh. I thought you were like, yeah, bro, I'm going to sit in there. They're going to zap my brain. Jeez. It's common when you stop taking psych meds, doesn't? Jeez. Man. No, you're not at all, bro. Never. Never. I'm just paranoid. Okay. Is one, two. Is the sound back? Okay. I wanted to wait until he was here. But I'll mention it again later. It has it's I'm constantly having audio problems. This happens all the time because of this. See this dumb little weak cord that I have? This is not the way that you want to be set up. This is not a good setup. And I have like a USB plugged in. You should have an XLR cable. I should be utilizing this right here. And ARJR sent me a message the other day. about this, about the cable, and about I've been having problems with one of my webcams. That's why I haven't been doing camera number 2 and trying to make things more dynamic. And long story short, he's like, me and some other people want to help. We want to help keep the set up to date, and you cut out all the time, and just have a good operation running, and they pretty much just were like, what will it take? And I sent them links because I said, look, I'm not being presumptuous. These are the things I've been looking at. I don't expect anything, because once you see them, you might be like, oh. And I said, but I'm not going to be like, no, I won't send them to you. So I said, since you asked, I'll send you them. And they're like, here you go. And so now I'm going to be able to buy a new cable and the little M box that the cable plugs into the computer with. So I won't have all these anymore. And then a webcam that actually works and isn't super old and doesn't have a ridiculous software that always fights me. And I never, ever, ever would have imagined that I would be in this community that'd be like, what you need? There it is. Boom. And I think it's because of the streaming. I remember years ago when I used to make these videos, I would stream maybe once a month, like pretty much only the main, just the pay-per-views. And on the fight nights, a lot of times my thinking was, it's in my best interest probably to just write, shoot, and edit, work on scripted videos, and try to get sponsors, and maybe that'll go farther. And I would never, ever, ever stream, and it just felt very lonely. Because it was just me in my room all the time doing it without this. And then it was cool every once in a while when there was a pay-per-view and I'd stream. It was like, oh, that was fun. And then now that I do it like every day, it's like, back then I could have never thought that there'd be these people that would come through like that. And it's just like these, I don't know, like these guardian angel types that are just like, we got you no matter what. And it's like, oh, shoot. It's just, I don't know. It's a big change from what I was so used to. It's kind of hard to get used to, but and it's also super humbling and flattering, and I'm very thankful. Sometimes it feels kind of embarrassing to talk about, but it just speaks of the community. So I wanted to bring that up because of this stupid microphone cable. Thank you, Unadapted. Thank you. I try to be. Sometimes I fail, but it's just like Kill Tony. The failures are what make it better, right? I guess makes it more human. Anyway, I said this a few minutes ago and then I got distracted somehow. The title of this video about Harrison, if you haven't heard, Kayla Harrison is out. Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison will not be fighting. At least not at this first event. It's not going to happen. I'm just so used to the humiliation, Tina Ali. It's like juggling from humiliation to humility. Yeah. It serves, like, I was literally thinking about it before I just went live right now, Jane. I'll be honest. When I've written something that I truly believe is funny, and I'm shooting it and editing it, there's this kind of excitement that I have. Like, I can't wait till they see this. Like, I'm so proud of it. It's almost like when it's someone's birthday and you can't wait to give them this gift that you're confident that they're gonna like. And it's like I get this excitement doing that. I will be completely honest. There's a type of fulfillment that I get when I make those videos that feel like I can't get from the streams, because there's always a piece of me that feels guilty when I do the streams, because I feel like, what am I doing? I'm I'm not like telling jokes. I didn't script anything. I have nothing prepared. It feels lazy. But I feel like it's the perfect like peanut butter and jelly sandwich, because I feel like when I do the things that I release, I'm so proud of them, and I feel like they're tight and they're scripted and they're edited well. But then these, it just makes it's that whole community aspect and the relationship part and the back and forth that's just irreplaceable. So yeah, I do think it's important. Dang. No. Are there ever any good bloopers? I would say no. Back when I used to do them at with the homies that, whoa, this predates you, Teen Alley. So Teen Alley, back in like 2016, I started this channel with a few couple different people, and they would help shoot and edit, lots of editing, multiple camera shooting, audio, lighting, just lots of help. And then that kind of phased out because the channel just wasn't making money, and definitely not fast enough, and people had to go figure out how to make money. And I had to just do it on my own, or it was gonna be dead. But when I used to film it with them, I felt like there were some funny bloopers, because we would riff off each other and talk, and there was a fun dynamic there. Now, I genuinely don't think there's any funny bloopers, because if I'm trying to record something and I mess up, I just get frustrated, and there's nothing funny about it. Like, I'll be to the camera and I'll be like, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, achoo, stupid, blah blah blah. Like, it's only like that. There's nothing like I'm trying to say something funny to the camera, or I'm thinking I need to make this a good blooper or whatever. It's just like silence and a frustrated look on my face. That's all it is. It's joke fresh off the dome. I do like them. It does kind of, I mean, it's the equivalent of, like, I don't know. Sometimes when things really get rolling and there's people in here and they're saying some funny stuff and we got a good topic going on, it feels kind of like the equivalent of like what crowd work might feel like. And it feels good when we get on one of those rolls. Oh, snap. I've been lurking in chat with no audio, but I'm still here. I was on the phone with my new lady. Ow! I can't get no context from chat. It's all over the place. What if his new lady's a MMA Guru fan? She's watching his stream. She's watching MMA Joey right now. Whenever I search your channel, the first person who comes up is Mexican OT. Probably not, bro. Probably not. I'm more of a oldies but goodies type of dude, I don't have nothing against him, but I don't know if it would benefit either of us. Yeah, it's different. They're different muscles, Tinelli. So I just wanted to point out that oh, you heard. Adam heard that one. Heck yeah. We were watching a movie last night for movie night on Patreon, and man, I guessed this one part and I was so good, bro. Something was gonna happen to a character, and I guess what was gonna happen, and it was like I was like Nostradamus, and oh snap. Um, Dang it. Well, okay. I'm going to honor wishes. I just got a notification of something, and if I even say anything about it, it's gonna be a tip off. But just know that I have um um yeah, much love and appreciation and thankfulness, and my goodness, thank you very much. I'm gonna watch this video real quick because I'm very intrigued. And you know how sometimes if you swipe out or close it, it'll disappear and you'll never see it again. I can't let this video disappear. I'm gonna watch it real quick. Oh snap! So people are definitely Wow. Is this rage bait? Wow, what do you guys think about this? I saw this thing pop up right now, and I was, why did I even open this? Oh, I saw a notification, and the caption caught my attention. So there's this video on Instagram, and there's a caption on screen that says oh, wait, what? I'm very confused. Okay, let me explain this. There's a video, and on the video there's an on-screen caption that says, my wife wanted to pay her respects to her first love, so I came with her for support. And then it shows a video of the wife, and I'll show that to you right now. And in But this looks like it was posted by the lady herself. Is this her? Or is this just one of those pages that posts? I think this is one of those pages that just posts a bunch of different things. So I'm confused. And wait, what is happening? So there's a long caption actually in the text below. And I'm not sure if, okay, there's a lady on this video at a funeral, and she's crying, and she's on stage like giving a speech. And what I'm about to read right now, I don't know if they copied and pasted the speech that she gave, or if the lady that posted this on Instagram is just trying to give context to the video. Let me read this. I came today because I wanted to do the grown thing. He was my first love, my high school sweetheart, and even though my life is completely different now, it still felt wrong to not show up. My husband didn't hesitate when I asked him to come with me. He sat right there in the front with me on the aisle, just holding it down so I wouldn't have to walk all through that by myself. So I guess this is her speech. I told myself it was just paying respects, just saying goodbye properly, just closing a chapter that ended a long time ago. I even volunteered to speak because I wanted to honor him the right way, not because I'm stuck in the past. But the second I got up there and looked out at everybody, okay, so now it sounds like this is after the fact. It hit me in a way that I wasn't prepared for. My voice kept breaking, my hands were shaking. She's trying to rhyme now, and I couldn't stop crying. I tried to push through it, but I couldn't. Now I'm back in my seat next to my husband, mascara everywhere, still trying to breathe, and I can feel everyone looking. I keep telling myself this is normal, that grief doesn't mean I want him back, that love could exist in the past. It could still exist in the past without threatening what I have now, but I can't lie. it feels confusing, and I know it probably looks crazy. I just needed to say goodbye, and I didn't know I was going to hurt like this. I hope he's watching somehow. Okay. No, 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 no. Oh, I almost lost it. Oh my gosh, I almost lost it. Oh, I almost refreshed and lost it. Okay, so here. So here's the video. I'm going to show you the video. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to refresh. So she just broke down. She can't do it. She's sitting down. She's weeping. Apparently her husband's right there holding it down, as she said. So she went up there. She wanted to say something. She's... Oh my gosh. Otro called her an ATFer. Oh my gosh. Oh. Hey, that is a peak. That is a peak inside joke, bro. That's an S tier MMA community joke, bro. Okay, so you guys got all that context, right? And I thought people in the comments were gonna be like, "We understand. It was a long time ago. You just wanted to pay respects." And someone says, there's a dude with the famous. I've never heard of this account, but there's a dude with the famous YouTube Instagram account called he's called Wheelchair Poppy. He's in a wheelchair. And he says, "I'm standing up and walking out of this wheelchair right out the door, respectfully." That was the top comment. And then someone else says, "Okay, but giving a whole speech is just extra. I would leave her crying right there and then change the locks on the house." Nah, pay your respect through prayer. Making a full speech crying uncontrollably is wild. Oh my gosh. As a female, I feel sorry for your husband. He deserves better. The only man my lady gonna cry like this for is her father, cause WTF. Oh my gosh. Showing up to pay your respects is one thing. Speaking at the service for a high school boyfriend is extra, especially when you're attending as a married woman with your husband. Oh. Nah, heck nah. Falling to your knees like that be mad disrespectful. Call me childish, but I would have left you there. Oh my gosh. I thought this type of only happens in the movies. Man, I hope that was her dad's funeral, bro. I would have had to let you I would have had to let you reunite with him. Oh my gosh. Nah, bro. I would just go home and have her clothes folded, meet her at the door while it's still open. Taking your girl to see her ex is crazy work. Your husband should have put you in the box with him. Oh my gosh. Wow, man. That's an ATF to the fullest, man. Wow. What do you guys think? Was she right? Was she wrong? Should he stay or should he go now? Oh my gosh. Um um Dang. Yeah, for real. A new kind. If you want to find it on your own, so see, I'm very confused because when I clicked on the page of who uploaded it, it looks like one of those channels with the like random videos and all the people look different. Like I don't think this is her channel. But if you want to find out, oh snap, did I lose it? Good thing I screenshotted it because I didn't want to lose it. If you want to just go directly to the Instagram channel where it popped up and just try to watch the video yourself, it's like at the top. I think they pinned it. That's the oh wait, why is it all white? You can't even see it. What the heck? Why is the resolution so weird? What the heck? It's like whited out. What's going on? Oh my gosh, that's annoying. If you wanna, this is the app. GEBAN. That's where I found it. I'm trying to think like if how would I feel? Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. I mean, and it is I mean there is something there is something to the two becoming one flesh, you know. It's not just I feel like when you're with somebody, whether you like it or not, you could hate them. They could have cheated on you. They could have hurt you. They could, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you feel. When you go through certain things together and you give certain pieces of yourself up to someone else, you're literally doing that. You're giving a piece of yourself to that person. And I think in a very meaningful way, when someone like that passes away, it really feels like a piece of you is passing away as well. And I think on some level it is. Just by default. You give pieces of yourself away to these people and it's, I mean, I'm sure everyone here can attest to the fact that, you know, you could feel like you hate them now, but it will stay with you forever. That's why you get triggered. That's why it still hurts you. That's why it's still sensitive subjects. That's why you still get emotional when you think about it. That's why you still get angry when you think. That's whatever it is. A piece of you stays with that person, and a piece of them stays with. There's just going to be this thing forever. Sorry. You'll see certain things that remind you, certain numbers, certain songs, certain movies, certain whatever. And I think in a big way, if and when they die, it feels like a bit of you has died as well. And it's like, what am I grieving actually? Am I grieving them? Am I grieving something that I lost within me? Am I grieving that moment in time? It's weird. And yeah, you do yeah. You do this thing that's they call romanticized. I'll even do that with dudes. I'll do that with people that I used to work with that and I say this all the time. I don't feel that I hate anybody. I've chosen not to operate that way. I have no interest in hating anybody. That's not the way I'm supposed to live. But I've definitely been in situations with people that I absolutely could not stand. I didn't want to be around them. I couldn't have liked them any less. Bosses, managers, especially, whatever. But then when I look back, it's like I'll think about the times we laughed about something and the times that someone did something nice for that person. You know, maybe he wasn't a bad guy. I remember doing that when I left Mercedes the first time. And then I went to a different Nissan store. And I was like, man, you know, it was kind of cool. I kind of missed that guy. You know, he wasn't that bad. We probably just got off on the wrong chancla or whatever. Then I went back to Mercedes and I was like, oh, this dude is a piece of garbage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it was the second video. Yeah, I think it was pinned up there. Anyway, what I was going to say is I've been talking about the White House event and how I think certain things are going to culminate there and how there's only one way we're going to get all these different championship fights that Donald Trump was calling for. And of course, Dana White wanting to appease him and whatnot. And I've been talking about how I believe that it makes sense for John Jones and Daniel Comer to have the inaugural Legends battle at the White House. They're going to need more than BMF. They're going to need some kind of legends battle. They're going to need these dudes to come back and handle business. A fight that will be even bigger than Tomas Aspinall and John Jones would have been. A fight that we never even... It's not like we were talking about it. It's not like when Tomas Aspinall and John Jones was on the radar, we were like, oh, the only fight that would be bigger is if he fought DC. No one would even have thought about that. But now, because I've said it, I said one of the other fights that we could anticipate seeing at the White House is an intergender bout. I said a legends battle, intergender, open weight class. I can't even remember all of them right now. But one of them was an intergender match. And why does that look realistic now? Well, Kayla Harrison pulled out of the event. She has herniated discs in her neck. Who's going to fight Amanda Nunes that short notice? What are they going to do? Give her Wei Li Zhang? Who do you think is a possibility in the women's rankings to face? What are they going to do? Give her Mackenzie Dern? Erin Blanchfield? What are we thinking? Are they going to try to bring... Is Juliana Pena going to make weight right now? I think they're going to... I don't think at this point Henry Cejudo could beat Amanda Nunes. I think they're going to pull a dude up from the ranks to fight Amanda Nunes. And I think they're going to do it at the White House. I don't think that they are willing to... let this pass. I don't think that they're willing to have Amanda Nunes, and Dana White absolutely loves and adores her. I don't think that they're willing to let Amanda Nunes come out of retirement and be willing to do this thing and then say chale and then just later fade away. She's going to get picked up in the PFL when Netflix starts their promotion. I think they're going to make, again, just like we couldn't have imagined something bigger for the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence than John Jones and Tomas Aspinall. And now that seems laughable because now we have DC and John Jones on the horizon. Once upon a time, Dana White was calling this the biggest women's matchup ever in history, which was already like, is it? But anyway, the biggest women's blah, 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 blah. And now, a little down the road, that's going to seem laughable. Because we're going to have the first intergender under the umbrella of the UFC. Of course, other promotions have done that already at the White House. Who's it going to be? I don't know. Amanda Nunes? I don't know. With her size and whatnot, maybe Peyton Talbot. I mean, Davison Figueiredo. Uh, I mean, you know what? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they made her and Armin do like a grappling match or something like that, just to continue to try to make him prove himself after all these shenanigans. Brandon Royval, I could see Amanda Nunes and Brandon Royval. You don't think there's gonna be a White House event? Sean O'Malley gets moved from his fight with Jan to Nunes. I think more people would watch that because Jan absolutely outclassed O'Malley the first time. I don't think people are looking forward to that matchup. It's the same thing. Like, why are we gonna watch O'Malley and Marab again? Why are we gonna watch Volkanovski and Lopez again? It's the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think I always think about stuff like that. It's not even cuz the one that passed, especially if you're a person of faith, you feel certain ways about when people pass. So a lot of the time it's like, hey, there's at least the possibility that this dude's in a better place than I am. Why am I going to be sad for him? We're sad that he left this earth. This earth is terrible. It's disease ridden, full of wickedness and just atrocities. It's terrible. We're going to be sad that he left. We should be sad for ourselves. And I get that because again, it's possible that he's you could think of someone being in a much better place, but the ones that are in mourning and that are sad and are left behind are those living and those who I tend to feel bad for as well. It does make the most sense. Dangerous. Oh snap. I do wonder though, because I've seen several people say that they don't think the White House event is going to happen, and I'm not saying this like to, try to be contentious about it, but and if someone has, I guess I just missed it, but I haven't seen anybody say like a well thought out reason why. Like, at this point, why wouldn't they? Iran. See, I guess I'm supposed to know. I don't know what's going on with Iran. What is happening in Iran? Iran's economy has gone into free fall. Iran prepared for war, open to U.S. talks. It will hold fast trials and executions for protesters. Dang. Trump threatens strong military action as Iran protest deaths rise. And then all the Americans are going to be like, Donald Trump, leave them alone. Leave them alone. And he's like, bro, I'm trying to help them. And I'm trying to help them like I helped the Venezuelans. And everyone's going to be like, stop it, Trump. And everyone in Iran's like, bro, we want him to help. They're like, no. I've been watching too much Jesse on Fire. I've been compromised. Machu Advancers, what's up, man? Machu Advancers holding true to form. The moment I have to dip out, Machu Adventures is here. Iran is intense right now. More people have died in the first week of... Oh, what? See, bro, I think this is why I'm always like... I just live in my own bubble. I wouldn't even know how to watch the news at this point. Like, could you watch the news on Netflix? I don't even have, like, normal TV. I mean, I don't know. I know there's some people that would be like, that's insensitive. It's your obligation to know what's going on. And then it's like, but why? So I could tweet about it? I don't know. I got a split. I've been working. Ooh. Snap. Much blessings, Tinali. I hope that goes well. That's rough. I mean, I hope they're complying and trying to work with you. Yeah, but I got a dip right now. I'm gonna go watch Jesse Jr.'s game. Yeah, I mean, I try not to like say it too much because I feel like sometimes people are like, must be nice to live in your ivory tower while everybody's dying. And I'm like, sorry, bro. Like, well, not anymore because I don't have a real job anymore. But I used to be around too many people that were just like politics, and all this. And it's like, it makes them all, it just messes them all up in the head. And it's like, and there's like no good that comes from it. But then they'll act like there is. Like, you have to know this. It's your responsibility. You shouldn't have the privilege to ignore this. Look at, they're dying. And I'm like, bro, you know all of it, right? Because you've been watching the news, right? I'm not being facetious. You know a bunch about it, right? Yes. Then why didn't you save all those people from dying? What'd you do? Well, I talked about it at the water cooler. That's exactly, bro. Shut up then. I don't know. I just feel like, it's tough. Because I know it must be tough for the people that are going through that situation. But, I mean, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. The only thing I could do is pray. And then most people that are complaining that I wouldn't do anything will laugh at me and make fun of me for praying. So it's like, all right. Yeah, basketball. Not hockey. We're deprived of sporting events. Dang. Yeah, it's no one blames you, bro. It's super easy to get into, especially because everyone around you is typically all into it. So it's super easy, especially if people are doing it at work and they've built like a community around it. At a certain point, it's like their own type of fantasy football. You know, that's how people. That's like the ways that they interact with each other. Oh snap! Well, that's a gigantic hurdle to get over. Them even being willing and ready, so that's huge already. That's massive. You're already ahead of the game. That's good to hear. Love you, man. Love you, Macho Advancers. Always happy to see you here. Heck yeah. Following the footsteps, you know. All right, you guys be good out there. Later when I come back from the game, I'm going to do a members video and a Patreon video. And I need to do some writing. I want to put out another video already. So maybe I'll do some writing tonight. Call it as the Grandmaster. Dang. I'm going to get kicked out, bro. I'm going to get kicked out of there. I'm going to have to be around all those other parents. I can't be acting up. All right, you guys be safe.